Okay, today we have a 55-inch curved Samsung TV. I think Samsung kind of got out making the curved TVs, especially this particular one or this particular series, because they had problems with the diffuser screens. The backlights burn out. They will actually burn the diffuser screen that's right up to it, and you will actually have a permanent shadow in the picture. And also the screen does get discolored prematurely after time because I guess of the heat transfer. But what this TV is doing is no blown LEDs. I want to show you what it's doing. I'm going to plug it in. And it should power on by itself. Now, actually what this TV will do, as you can see, it is flickering. Let's see if I can get it to... Okay, so that is what the TV does. And if you leave it on for a minute, it'll just keep doing that. It may come on, but the screen, parts of the section of the screen are kind of like flashing, like getting dim and getting bright. But pretty much basically, this is how it starts. So, normally if I turn the lights out, I'm going to try to see yes, and so the backlights are also going on and off also as soon as the logo comes up. Alright, backlights are off, backlights are coming on with the logo, backlights are off. Okay, so let's just see if this is a backlight problem or one of the boards. Okay, we lay it down, make sure you lay it on flat, something soft. Alright, and let's look at the model number on this TV. Like you see, the model number on this TV is a UN55KU650DFXZA. They also make similar TVs with a slightly different model number, pretty much same series, UN55KU. Version is FA01. Okay, when ordering Mainboard for Samsung, make sure you always use the model and the version number. Okay, and as you can see right here, this TV was manufactured in August of 2016. So it's almost 8 years old. It's perfect. I have to remove the stand. All right, so very easy. There's 4 screws. Pull it down, lift it up. That easy. Make sure you get the 3 screws that are inside, and make sure you put those screws back in before you put the stand on, because otherwise the TV will be leaning forward. So this is a metal plate right here that these 3 screws are screwed into, and to give the TV the support. And just take the rest of the screws out all the way around. Regular Phillips number 2. All right. Okay, pretty much all of these screws are the same size all the way around the TV, including these screws here up under the stand. The stand screws are slightly longer, so make sure that you don't get those mixed up, but those are the only ones that are different. So I'm gonna keep all these together, and the TV back cover should come right up. This here is your standby light and your infrared detector for your remote control. Okay, just make sure you kind of keep an eye on where exactly that goes. I think there is a groove in the frame. This will come right out very easily. All right, there's actually a groove right here. So that goes into, it goes that way, right in there. Okay, there is nothing connected to the back cover on this particular one. So the back cover will just come right up. The very first thing that I'm gonna do is, first let's turn the lights out. Okay, as you can see, the backlights are going on and off as the logo comes up. And I'll just show you again what it's actually doing. It just comes up Smart TV. All right, it's rebooting, restarting. And like I said, sometimes it will stay on the picture, but certain parts of the picture will be flashing like it wants to cut off, like you do have a backlight problem. But I know the backlights are at the top of the TV. So therefore, I'm getting these certain sections that are going from left to right that are dimming or getting dim or flashing like. Okay, when I unplug the cord coming from the power supply to the main board. All right, and make sure the power supply is good. All right, in most cases. So let's plug it in, and voila, the backlights stay on. As you can see, the backlights are on, but obviously we don't have the picture. Right, just a blank backlit screen. Okay, so that's a good sign. Let us know maybe our power supply is good. All right. So I'm going to plug the power supply board back in to the main board. Okay. And be careful because these boards do not use screws. They just slide right out. All right. So what I'm going to do, this one doesn't use a T-con board. That'll be the next thing we would do is unplug the T-con board. All right. But this has the T-con board is built partially onto the main board, and these going right to the driver boards left and right. So I'm going to unplug these. Now once I unplug these, and if I unplug these and the backlights stay lit, that means that we have a bad panel. Or if we use the T-con board, the T-con board may be bad, and then we'll just keep unplugging it. All right, so anyway, let me go ahead and plug it back in. So that means that our main board is most likely our culprit. Because in most cases my main board was good and we unplugged this, once again, that would mean that the backlights should stay on. But believe it or not, the main board is not the issue. All right, I've gone through 2 main boards, okay? I thought the first one was bad. I replaced the, I think it's an EEPROM or a NAND chip on one of the boards. Didn't do anything. As a matter of fact, when I did that, the board didn't come on at all. So I don't know if I messed it up. I didn't see anywhere I messed it up. Messed the chip up, or the NAND chip was just bad. All right, so why, when I unplug the main board, the power supply stays on? It's telling you what the standby voltage is. It's gonna be right here at this middle pin, and also right here at the jumper wire in between the 2 MOSFETs. See the jumper wire on the board? Okay, so let's check that. Standby is in cold ground on this side of the power supply board. On this side of the transformer, it's cold ground, all right? So I'm gonna hold on the jumper wire right here, and I'm going to plug it in. Move this is off. Go ahead and press the power. It's 9-volt standby. When it's on, it should be, oops, be careful here. It should be 13 volts, as we see, right? And I do see the TV shutting on and off. Let me turn the lights off for you. I'm gonna go right back to my standby at the jumper wire, and it is at 12.8 volts, okay? I'm gonna unplug it. I'm gonna unplug the wire. You can unplug it here or here, doesn't matter. I'm gonna plug it from right here. The wire going to the main board from the power supply. I'm gonna turn it back on. The backlight, I'm gonna plug it back in. The backlight should stay lit. Backlights are lit. And we should still be at 12.8 volts or 13 volts. I'm gonna put this back in. We are at 9 volts in standby. When I hit power on, it goes to, hit the button, it goes to 13 volts. And as we see, if we look up there towards the top of the TV, we can see the backlights are flashing on and off. Still. Right there. The TV is still rebooting, and we have a steady 12 volts. Okay, so what I did is I actually changed the power supply board. All right, so this is the old one here. Be careful when you're touching these. Try not to touch them with your hand. These capacitors are still charged up. If you just unplug it, you will get a serious shock, all right? It won't be enough to kill you, but it will be enough to, yeah, make you say some curse words and drop the board. But I've got another board in, okay? Now I've checked every pin. I even disconnected, whoops. I even disconnected some wires, just the power on and backlight on, just to see why it was the power supply. But I really couldn't find anything different. Not unless the 9-volt standby had low current. I even checked all the voltages on the A and A dim, on off power, pulse width modulation, looks like for the backlight. I really thought that was a problem. I used my scope, didn't really see any difference. So only thing I can think of is that the 9 volts, I don't know. But as you can see, the backlight is on, it's gonna cut off. It's still on a little bit, and now it comes on and it stays. And I did hear something, so there we go, guys. We have action, all right? Coming from the power supply board. So that is really weird. So anyway, guys, that's it, real short video, just in case you run into this problem with this particular TV. Just change power supply board, make sure, well, first of all, make sure that you have the correct standby voltage on there, 9 volts, and the correct power on voltage, which is 13 volts. And just change it anyway, before you start changing main boards, and that should do it. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Big Dog out.